Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Laila Fadjri Hakim. In this video, I would like to present about language acquisition, motor, social and communication, and cognitive development. According to Chomsky in 1975, acquisition theory have two distinct components. The first is the set of principles that lead to grammar construction, and the second is the psychological processes that used by children in learning language. Language acquisition is that process of building the ability to understand a language, using it to communicate with others. It's the process of going from wordless wonder into understanding the word. Children acquire language in stages, and not all children reach the various stages. They reach the various stages at different times. Child development refers to the sequence of physical, language, thought, and emotional changes that occur in a child from birth to beginning of adulthood. Children grow and develop rapidly in their first 5 years across the four main areas of development. There are motor or physical, social and communication, and cognitive development. Motor development means the physical growth and strengthening of a child's bones and muscle and ability to move or touch his or her surroundings. This including small movements in his or her lips and tongue to produce sound and words. And motor development is important throughout a child's early life because physical development is tied to other development areas. For example, if a child is able to crawl or walk, he or she can more easily explore their physical environment, which affects social and communication and cognitive development. Language is a very important part of life. Communication between people not only enables us to understand one another, but aids in developing a relationship and allows us to communicate our problems, thoughts, and opinions. As communication skills develop, there are increases in a child's ability to respond to adult direction. There is also an interest in a child's expression of his or her wants and needs, varying with age and ranging from crying and fussing to using spoken sounds and words. There are some of principles that allows the child to acquire rules of language in stages before acquiring the complete adult grammar. The lexical of principle and the generalization principle are category of principles that dealing with the acquisition of morphology. And the uniqueness principle. In this principle, children may be able to select forms of plural, and for the principle of linear sequence and the principle of structure-dependent rules are the category of principles that dealing with the acquisition of syntax. That's all for my presentation. Thank you so much for
watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.